Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. We are off to Wellington for today's daily challenge where we will have double road tiles. And also, there will be more trees, and there ain't a damn thing we can do about them. Trees got rights, you know. We can't just go chopping them down. What kind of nonsense are you spewing there, son? I don't know. We've slipped into a horrible foghorn leghorn voice here, but there's a particular word Mr. Leghorn was fond of saying that I'm not too comfortable on account of the very pastiness of my flesh skin, so you'll just have to imagine there, won't you, son? Anyway. Sunflare Space is here. Good afternoon, Sunny. Hulkamat was here first. Good morning to Hulk of the Mat. Oh boy, it is Thursday. We did not stream yesterday on account of having a super early job, and I should note, we have an afternoon job today. It means we may or may not be able to stream Dragon Age: the Veilguard later this evening, and I was originally, well, when the week began, I was not scheduled for an in-person job on Friday, and then I was. But, as of last night, I am again not. So, Friday's Gimmimimim, which I guess is tomorrow's Gimmimimim, because that's how days work. Man, it's fine. We're all confusulated. Tomorrow's Gimmimimim is back on, and if we cannot Veilguard this evening, by God, we shall guard the Veil tomorrow. Veil's not going to guard itself. Well, I mean, it did for thousands of years, and then Solus very specifically was like, you know, I think we've had it up to about here with this whole Veil situation. And nobody really agreed with him on that, but nobody was an ancient elven god who was willing to stop him, so he got most of the way toward there not being a Veil anymore until, there is sort of technically still a Veil and also a Fade, and Solus is trapped in it for reasons. I don't remember the exact machinations behind which. Well, I know the machinations, I guess I don't know the workings of the machinations, but also, I'm not a Dragon Age engineer. Also, it's a video game. So, it's not so much unveiled guard as unguarded veil, I think. That sounds about right. Let's take another tunnel. It's always good to have tunnel, especially when you've got wood and trees and such that you got to deal with. Let's do this perhaps terrible thing. This perhaps terrible thing here will further populate the roundabout, which is always a thing you want to do and doesn't necessarily track, but we'll have all sorts of cars coming through here, go up here into this business. I could just, take these yellows here, tunnel them up and over and around, get into this without going through the roundabout. That might be, good, smart, reasonable. Nonsense. All right, problem. Yeah, the problem is the map has not properly expanded. Okay, it looks like it's zooming out right this very moment. So we may be able to get down around these trees at the bottom here. If we can get down past these trees at the bottom, then we can loop these blues under here, through here, up to there, into this business, and everything will be basically fine. Game, can we zoom out, please? All right. While we're waiting for the outzooming, we will, at the very least, take motorway number 1 and toss them down here. And in the meantime, we're probably going to wind up immediately. Yeah, that motorway existed for all of, one trip's worth of guys, basically. Good morning, Clancy the Crow. Clancy is here. Chatting in mod view makes stream literally the size of a thumbnail. Yeah, I imagine mod view and mobile are not a wonderful combination. Like, there were probably some hardcores on Twitch who wanted that, and, more power to them, I suppose. Although, they're already Twitch mods, so, anyway. Being in mod view is a good kind thing you can do for the streams on which you moderate. I rarely do it. But I also rarely watch streams because I am a bad person. Don't be like the _Goog, broadly speaking. For some aspects, it's probably okay. You could probably do worse, but, just as a general statement. Anyway, so we got these 5 blues here. They're going to come through here with exactly one dinky little tunnel. Do we have double road tiles going today? Oh, we do have double road tiles. It's paved paradise. I said that up at the beginning. If I was paying attention to me. Clancy says I mod for them every Sunday, which goes to show just how little modding activity needs to happen in Clancy's server, which, let's continue with that fiction, shall we? Motorway number 1. Oh no. Oh, I may have missed some things. See? You see? You give the Goog a sword, you'd think the Goog would be there. You got put on a... Oh, that's not great. Oh, that's probably not great. Oh, I'm preemptively sorry that happened. I'm guessing it wasn't a great list. I'm guessing it was a list of good people made by bad people. And, well, historically, broadly speaking, and we should speak broadly, lists of good people made by bad people doesn't turn out well for the good people. Usually when bad people start making lists of people, it's not for great intent. Anyway, be sure to sign up for the National Autism Database that RFK Jr. is starting. I'm sure that's going to go well. Sorry, I had a bullshit in my throat. Sunny got kicked out of the stream as soon as she immediately went to mod view, which, yeah, tracks. Good job, Twitch. Well done. Alright, let's see here. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, I'm afeared. Oh, well, we're gonna, first of all, here in the game, we're gonna take a bridge, because it's a bridge. We're not gonna repeat the word that was, in the, well, I would hope, and this is a personal hope of mine, Clancy, that that particular individual was in this order, banned, and then reported to Twitch. Because that's against the rules right there. Can't use that kind of language. Sunflare Space once got added to a group chat on Twitter where A-phobes were bullying ace people, calling them fairies, saying they never get laid. Like, guys, can I, would it be helpful for me to point out the flaw in your, oh boy. I sense a flaw in the logic there, Sonny. Like, it seems, okay. Listen, you don't want to offer these people too much help. Like, it's not like they're going to reward you for better enabling them, but I sense a problem with your... Okay, well, they'll figure it out eventually, maybe. Who knows? Let's take these 2 greens up here. By the way, we're just kind of overfucking whichever yellow oh, right. We're overfucking this beigeness right now until Monday so that this thing doesn't die. And I think this isn't going to die. I think this dark blue car can get up there. I hope I'm right about that. I might not be right about that. We'll see. All right, off you go. Everybody get in here. Yep, you're going to be just fine. We'll take another motorway. That will be good for the further enabling of life and success. Well, for the moment, we should just redraw motorway number 2. I could, although, yeah, actually, we could just do something similar to this, by which we draw, Goog, draw your tunnel straight, Goog. Alright, off you go. You come over to here. Alright, so if we do this, we do burn our 2 remaining tunnels, but at least we're now in a situation where we can take a couple of greens. We're going to grab these 2 here, draw motorway number 2 over to here, and now all of the businesses are actually supported, which is good. It's certainly better than the situation had been, at the very least. You may as well go over there so that we can grab this. You are a green business that recently came into existence, which I don't necessarily endorse, but we're gonna have to deal with that. You two greens go off that away. So the problem here is all of the greens have spawned in this direction, and their businesses are way the hell over here. So that's bad. Oh, also this red is a circle. I didn't even notice that red had gone circular, but that red has indeed gone circular, which means that it needs more than just this little bit of support. Hey, if another yellow wanted to spawn up here, we could really get along with depopulating that roundabout a bit. But we'll see. Let's take another tunnel because we keep using them. Speaking of yellows, we've got another yellow that just spawned down here, which is lovely. Actually, hold on. I may immediately regret not taking a roundabout because we can't get through here on account of the trees. We kind of don't want to marry this yellow to this road because there's no good way to do that without a bad intersection. I think what we might wind up doing is this and then this, which is truly awful. Ass horrendous, that is. That ain't any good. That might be properly qualified as bad. Alright, let's send a third red house down here into this particular clusterfuck. You remember earlier when I noted that I was running like multiple businesses worth of fuckers all through this one roundabout and how that was typically bad? Yeah, it's kind of bad. Oh well. Oh hi, beige. Oh, you're a lovely beigeness, aren't you? Alright. Well, shit. Further shittening things is the fact that these greens over here are bad and mad and angry about stuff. Can we maybe do something better about that? What can we maybe possibly do this better than that? Well, we've got all of these greens here. We could just lengthenate motorway number 2 like such and get these 4 greenhouses up over to here, go up over to that away. That may or may not sustain life with this situation. The fact that this motorway is going to have to move is actually probably doom causing. Yeah, this might just be a doom event for this particular green situation. We also still completely and totally lack beige solutions, so that's bad. Oh, and there's more green going on up here. Well, actually, the more green going on up here is not a big deal. We'll just do that. Yeah, we'll just do that and that. And that part's going to be fine. This part over here is doom fucked, actually, so. Yeah, this went bad today. I sneezed. 739 commuters is not a good score. So, yeah. It's bottom 40%. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. Go ahead and drop those samurai slams in the chat and let us swiftly move on and pretend that this never happened. Shall we? I think we should swiftly move on and pretend that this never happened. Hello, my friend the Wordle. Did this thing that we saw ever happen? Never. Okay, then. Thank you. And we'll quickly ban Sizzling Ouster Joe for the crime of having their Twitch account be taken over by awful, terrible spam bots. Doot. I accidentally pinned a message. I'm sure it was important. Oh, it was about inserting samurai slams. Yeah, we should do that more. All right. So we actually got some decent letter coverage here. We know that there are two E's, one of which goes here, and there's an R over at the end here. It can't be like fewer or fever or that sort of thing, because the E is not in the second letter position. It could indeed be Ember, and fire is cool. I mean, Sunny, you just described childhood the underscore Goog's favorite Pokemon and Pokemon move and the reasoning for same. Childhood the underscore Goog was kind of dumb about Pokemon. Ember's not a very good move. It's a fine, okay, solid enough early game move for, say, a Charmander who spends all of its time in and around Celadon City. But beyond that, you really should be doing better for yourself than Ember, just broadly speaking. All right, so we know that the E is now the first letter, which means we have to fill that tiny gap in the middle there, which could be Ether. Could need to up the PP of Ember? No? Okay. It could be Viagra if we want to up the PP of... Never mind. All right. It could be Edger. It could be a lawn device. Or it could perhaps be a person who is being brought to the brink of... Never mind. We're rather eager to keep making terrible jokes and then quickly move on before anyone can realize the terribleness of the jokes. So the Wordle is eager. The Wordle is eager. Good job. Well done. All right. Off we go to Time Guesser. As soon as we bop away that, here comes this. All right. First guess is, I don't know, Russia maybe? On account of the redness? All right. On the other hand, first thing we zoom in is French. So you're a boxer of Two Rivers? You're a professional fighter for Two Rivers boxing? Interesting. Is there a French city that's 2/3 of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? I don't think that's possible. Also, incidentally, 2/3 of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is the title of the episode, at least so far. Perhaps we'll say something actually funny at some point. Oh, of the streets, right? Because French 2 is du, not day. And okay. So you're a boxer of the streets. That's not nearly as funny. Dickbag. All right. So what do we got here? This appears to be like a celebratory hooliganism going on here. Like, I think these fellas up here just won a thing. Yeah, these fellas up here, AC Monza. Good for you, AC Monza. You're the champions of, what, French soccer? They might be the champions of French soccer. I do not at all follow French soccer, but good for you, AC Monza. Congratulations. Pop your champagne and celebrate with your flares and such. When did you win whatever it is you won? Goog, I think you need to ignore the t-shirt. Oh, is there a t-shirt? Oh, because of the boxer of the streets. Are we saying that we're not in France? Well, Monza is not a terribly French-sounding thing. Did you win La Liga, actually? Is that what the Italians call it? Are we in Italy here? We might be in Italy here, actually. At a glance, I look at... Oh, wait. I see that white cross. Did you win a Swiss soccer league? Maybe zoom in on the safety vests? Okay. Well, they're green. You're stewards. All right. You know what? Congratulations to AC Monza, champions of what we're now assuming is the Swiss Soccer League. Well done, Switzerland soccer team. When did AC Monza win whatever it is AC Monza won? It's a question to which we do not presently have an answer. But the Monza Club is here. That tracks. You're here at a celebration of Monza. Yeah, we see a lot of Monza gear, but we're not seeing any, national shit. So I'm going to go back and we're going to zoom back in here and we're going to notice the white crosses on your badge there and just I'm not in love with the idea that we're definitely in Switzerland, but let's just have ourselves a little look-see, shall we? You know, you could have a French t-shirt in Switzerland. That seems eminently reasonable. Right, is there a city in Switzerland called Monza by any chance? Would that be around here? There's Zurich, there's Bern, there's Lucerne, there's Chur, there's Davos. Are we in Liechtenstein now? Oh no, Liechtenstein is tiny. Alright. Locarno, Lugano, Zermatt, the Matterhorn. I'm not seeing a Monza. Uh-oh. I made an assumption, and now we may be paying for it. Alright. Let's just have ourselves a tiny little glance off to the west here. Is there a Monza in France? Not immediately seeing one. If we don't see a city called Monza in France or Italy, I'm going to Switzerland, and we're gonna be fine. It's almost certainly European of some kind. And as long as it's European of some kind, we can't be horrendously wrong about shit, can we? We probably can't be truly horrendously wrong about shit. Oh, now that I've said this, it's gonna be in fucking Ukraine. Oh well. Well, let's just go kind of geographically central in Switzerland. When was this taken? Man, I don't know. 2023. AC Monza. They won Serie A. Oh no, they got promoted to Serie A. Good for you, AC Monza. And they were in fact in Italy, but only like 86 miles away from where I guessed, so it's fine. We got 9,300 points. Good job, Goog. Okay. Next, first immediate thought is Times Square, but that's probably wrong. Let's zoom in here. Father Duffy. Ireland? I don't know. So we got a big old Planters Peanuts advertisement. This says a bag a day for more pep. Okay. Great. Amazing. Drink Coca-Cola. That's what you're encouraged to do. This is the Rhea Millinery, which I think is a hat store. I think a millinery and a haberdasher are the same thing, but I could be wrong about stuff. I have in the past, on occasion, been incorrect. So, you know, the longer this goes, the more I think it might be Australia, but that doesn't seem entirely correct. This says Cappy something, so a milliner is hats, a haberdasher is craft and sewing supplies. I see. Okay. So this is the Brill building. Also an office of the law firm of Cushman and Wakefield. I can tell you that the law firm of Cushman and Wakefield, 1, is a law firm, and 2, still fucking exists, actually. I deal with them on occasion. Also, this address appears to be 1629 Broadway, which, listen, I know there are places in towns called Broadway. It's not specifically a New Yorkism, but that lends heavy... Okay, yeah, actually, we're just at the corner of Broadway and West 47th Street, which, as I recall, is very close to Times Square. So, let us zoom into New York, and as with every time anyone ever means, anytime anyone ever talks about going to New York, what they really mean is, let's zoom in on Manhattan. God, one of these days it's gonna be in Brooklyn, and I'm gonna be so mad, and people are gonna be so mad at me. But until then, this just continues to be funny. This running bit of mine. All right, so we're at Broadway and West 47th. broadly speaking. Cool. The beautiful thing about New York is that it's laid out in a logical, sensible manner. We've got west sides and your streets are numbered. So you're here on West 47th Street. And we just need to find where that meets perhaps Broadway. There's no guarantee that actually is Broadway. But, because it could just be an advertisement saying, hey, come to our law firm. It's on Broadway. But that is a legitimate actual street sign. So, this could be maybe Park Avenue. Are we at 47th and Park? Entirely possible. Alright. So this is East 47th Street. As we continue along past 6th Avenue, we get to West 47th Street. There's 7th Avenue, there's 10th Avenue. And there's nothing here that's jumping out at me as super duper awesome amazing. But, Times Square is down here a little bit. I think it's at 42nd Street. Come to think of it, I've gotten a little further south myself. Oh, we could be in Rockefeller Center. Yeah. Oh, hey. We could indeed be somewhere in and about at Rockefeller Center. You know what? Let's say that we're at the corner of West 47th and 5th Avenue, but we're going to back up just a little bit, because remember, if the sign's over there, that means we got to back ourselves up just a little bit. You know what? I'm going to say we're actually a tiny touch north. We are in Rockefeller Center. Now, when was this picture taken? Wonderful question. Astonishingly good question. I have no fucking clue. Sometime in the 1940s? Like late 1940s? Could be late 1940s, could be 1930s? Could be perhaps before. Hey, look, another indication that we're on West 47th. Yeah, top of the town, giant musical hit. Okay. Man, if I was a Broadway person, I would know that Top of the Town was the big hit in New York in, say, 1947. But I don't know that, so I'm going to guess that. It was 1937. Okay. Also, we're just in Times Square. Gotcha. 600 meters away. Well done, Goog. Next. Hi there, folks. First guess, Germany, I guess? What do we have here? Emilius Mahler. Okay. That could definitely be German. You're the National Cash Register Company. Interesting. This says Dansk Posttarif, which in my lovely German accent is definitely German. You have some Smith Premier typewriters. Seems important. All right, so this is a mildly fancy German bank. Appears to be a, cash register company, but basically the same thing. Okay. What does this sign over here say? It says El Desperado. No, it does not. It says something in probably German. Okay. So, I don't think we're actually literally supposed to know where the National Cash Register Company is. So this is Casa Udbettelinga. Interesting. Isn't terribly helpful. All right. I don't think we're going to pull much out of this. There's not terribly over much context to get. It's just, do you recognize the German or perhaps the Danish? It could be Danish. We could be in Denmark. Is there a National Cash Register Company in Denmark? Probably. They got to have cash registers in Denmark. Otherwise, how would you pay for things? We want to go Berlin? We want to go... Yeah, okay, we'll say Danish. If we're going to say Danish, we might as well say Copenhagen, right? Because, it's Denmark. Yeah, okay. So we're somewhere in Copenhagen in 19-9. Dickety 9 feels a little early for this. Let's say 40. Man, anytime you want to say anything in Europe in the 1930s or 40s, you got to be like, hold on, are there Nazis here? And it turns out there were, in fact, Nazis here. Or there were not, in fact, Nazis here, because it was 1912, so you were wrong about stuff, Goog. Okay, hi there, Kier. Okay, so this is 10 Downing Street, Jolly London Town, 2025. Pretty sure this is 10 Downing Street, Jolly London Town in 2025. Because this dickheaded motherfucker is Keir Starmer, current sitting Prime Minister of lovely England. This non-suited gentleman is Volodymyr Zelensky, the president? I think he's president. I don't remember what they call their guys. I've been avoiding shit. He's the president of Ukraine, and this, I think, is one of the big summits that happened after Zelensky went to the White House and Trump embarrassed himself. So, which time, you ask? Pick one. The most recent one. Now, these guys here could be... Actually, hold on. Is this... I think it's Emmanuel Macron, but this guy's the president of France, which might mean that we're not at 10 Downing Street. We're somewhere more centrally European, like, I don't know, Switzerland or Germany or something, and maybe these two fuckers are also important. But are you wearing a French pin? You have a pin, but I can't really make it out. And I'm not entirely sure that you're French, so we're just going to go back to our 10 Downing Street guess. And if that turns out to be wrong, well, I'm wrong. All right. Now, the beautiful thing about being a very rudimentary Anglophile is I know that, one of these fuckers is Chancellor of Germany? Well, damn it. Interesting then. Let us quickly pivot away from our plan then and just pick a nice Central European city and suggest perhaps that we're in Belgium or, Amsterdam, or where was that big old summit they did? They did a big old summit. If you're going to do a headquarters of Europe place, it is kind of Germany, and nobody think anything much about the, broad-reaching implications of that. It's fine. The Germans, for the most part, tend to recognize that what they did was actually bad, except for, like, the actual headquarters of the EU is in Brussels. Holy shit, I'm so glad we have people who know things. So glad we have people who know things. Okay. Brussels is in Austria, right? That sounds right. If I say that a little more confidently, people might believe it. Brussels is in Austria, as I recall, which is another name for Belgium, which is a closer, more, hey, look, an actual Central European city. How about that? You got Germany here, you got France there, you got jolly London Town, not horrendously far away. Anyway, we're in Brussels, actually. Specifically, we're in the Royal Palace of Same in 2025. Of course, obviously. Presently, now, and forever. We were in. Okay. Where were you? Oh, you went to him. Oh, you guys went to him. All right. Well, that's nice. Oh, they're making a call to President Donald. Whoopee. All right. Hello there, Space Shuttle Enterprise. Let's see here. Oh, hi, Ron. Okay. So old Ron Boy here is president of the USA, and Space Shuttle Enterprise has either just been commissioned or just come back from something, or, well, it still has the bunting, so they haven't taken the plastic shrink wrap off of the space shuttle yet. That's got to be the most satisfying job in NASA, you'd think, right? Just being the guy who gets to pull the plastic off of the space shuttle. I want that job. The most satisfying job in NASA is, as you can hear from the typing, title of the episode. All right. So where would this big old hangar be? Probably Cape Canaveral. So we're somewhere down in Florida. Florida's over here, Goog. All right. Which way do they put the... Aha. So if this is Cape Canaveral, broadly speaking, one of these somewheres has to be where the actual launchy shit happens, right? Like, where's your where's all your big ol' launchies and shit? Do we get to... I don't know. Let's see here. Is there anything here that specifically calls itself out as NASA adjacent? Not necessarily. There is a Wizard of Oz museum. All right. New life goal unlocked. Go to the Wizard of Oz Museum in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Probably not actually a great life goal, but, you know, when is anything? Let's say that they're probably not launching spacecraft directly there. Hey, there's a Space Force museum. All right. Hey, we found the NASA shit. Super. Let's say that we're at the Space Force stations. Fuck you too. So yeah, we're somewhere on this island right here. In let's see here. My guy Ronnie looks particularly zonked. Like, if I was a person who knew things, I would know when exactly Space Shuttle Enterprise was a big deal. I'm not. So we got to figure out exactly how cooked Ronnie looks. And Ronnie looks pretty cooked. Like this is a fairly cooked Ronald Reagan. So we're probably later into his wife's presidency. So 87? Yeah, okay. It was 82. Also, it was California. $34,022 sure is a score at Time Guesser. The fuck were you doing in California? Okay, fine. Alright, fine. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Rangers and Tigers and Dodgers. Oh my. We also need pitchers, outfielders, and dudes who played. Okay. I'm sorry. Is there something I'm missing? Is this like a tribute to someone? I would feel bad if this was a tribute to someone. Because this seems like a fairly elementary Immaculate Grid, but, you know, all right. Dude who played the outfield for the Los Angeles Dodgers is Manny Ramirez. It's a true fact. Dude who played the outfield for the Rangers is Rusty Greer. Rusty Greer sure was a man who played baseball. He, in fact, played the outfield for the Texas Rangers, among others. Dude who played the outfield for the Tigers is Bobby Higginson. Dude who played for the Tigers is David Price. Doot, and a doot. And we'll have that. Dude who pitched for the Tigers is also David Price, but, you know, we got a 0.1 over here, so that's nice. Dude who played for the Texas Rangers is... Man, I don't know. Jeff Fry? I'm reasonably certain Jeff Fry played for the Texas Rangers. Not 100% sure, though. Should probably pull back on that. A dude who played for the Dodgers is Alan Webster? I think he had made the majors, and the Dodgers had already realized that he sucked before they traded him and Ruby De La Rosa to the Red Sox for like half a dozen good baseball players. But we'll take it a little bit more simply than that and just say that Carl Crawford is a dude who played for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's a true factual statement. A dude who played for the Texas Rangers is Doug Mirabelli? Yeah, Doug Mirabelli had been a Ranger before he played for the Red Sox. We'll go with that. And now, let us name some pitchers. A dude who pitched for the Los Angeles Dodgers is Anthony Banda. Anthony Banda is a solid little left-handed relief pitcher. A dude who pitched for the Detroit Tigers is Joaquin Benoit, a among a great many others, but we'll go with him. And a dude who pitched for the Texas Rangers is Eric Gagne? It could be Eric Gagne, that's a true fact. Was John Lackey a Ranger at the end of his career? I feel like John Lackey was a Ranger at some point, but we're not necessarily 1,000% sure of that. We could go with a modern Ranger, like a present Ranger, like a Max Scherzer or a Jacob deGrom. We could go with a Jacob deGrom. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We will go with Jacob deGrom, a man who has pitched for the Texas Rangers. That, my friends, is an immaculate grid. Rarity score 14. That might literally be my best rarity score ever for a grid that encourages sicko performance. Like 6% of people who have gotten this bottom left square said Jacob deGrom, and it was by far my most popular answer. So thank you, the Immaculate Grid, for an easy, deep cut, layup full grid. I appreciate it. Anyway, folks, one more time. That is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. This is the plan, okay? The plan is that we'll be back later tonight with more of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. However, it's entirely possible that we won't, because I do have an afternoon job. It is scheduled to run until 6:30, and if it actually does do that, we're not going to stream tonight. So, as always, watch the Discord server. Be aware of things. I'll do my best to keep people posted, and I can say this with some more certainty: we will be back tomorrow for another edition of Gimmimimim. Until then, thank you all so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and this is the stop streaming button. Bye!